This conference will now be recorded.
Right. So we're going to do the replication between our cloud to cloud, cloud to on-prem, on-prem to cloud. So in all directions. So try to follow. This is technology which can be used in many different ways. So follow it. I'm going to create invest in you and use a skill authentication is fine. I know we know how to use other authentication methods now, right? We discussed already all of that. Right, so next I'm going to open this because I'm going to create one more SQL server in a different region, and we're going to see how replication can happen across the region. If we are not opening this, what you have to do, you have to create one network in current region, create one more network in another region, peer them, and then integrate that network with the SQL server in the firewall. That way you'll get the communication. Right, so I'm going to create one more SQL server in the US region. It can be anywhere, it doesn't matter. Okay, so let it be in your region itself, and we're going to see that how you can replicate data wherever the server is actually. In fact, it can be from region to region, it can be from on-prem to cloud, cloud to cloud. In all combinations we'll see today. Right, let this come online. Okay, one server got created, so I'm going to create a database. You need to have at least 10 DTU, that's mandatory. So 10 GB is fine. Right, all the things we discussed. Okay, I'm waiting for the other one to come online. So what we're going to do, basically, let's discuss in a diagram. This is a cloud. You have two servers in cloud. One is in India, one is in US region. And this is my laptop. I'm going to form a replication between all these, in fact. So anyway, first thing is we have a hub member concept. Hub and members. One hub, all are members. That's how it is. You don't have a here publisher, distributor, subscriber concept. Hub and member. So data can be initialized from anything. So member one assume case, member two whatsoever. This hub. Hub can send the data for data initialization, or member can send the data for data initialization, or this member can send the data for data initialization. From anywhere you can initialize the data. You need to know your source. That's it. So data initialization can be done from anywhere. It doesn't matter. Once the data initialization is done, what do you want? You wanted you update here and it has both need to be updated one directional, or you want it to update in the cloud and it will update on-prem and other cloud. So you wanted to update what you want to do, in fact, the requirement. So one directional replication called transactional in on-prem, right? One directional replication called transactional replication. Here we call it as a hub to member, member to hub configuration. Transactional replication called hub to member, member to hub. So one direction you're sending. So merge replication or transactional replication with updatable subscriptions. That is both are almost equivalent. Which is we call here as bidirectional replication. You update here, it will update here and here automatically. You update here, it will update here and here automatically. You update here, it will update here and here automatically. So everything everywhere will get updated. So if this is a scenario, there is a conflict of transaction. How frequently this sync can happen? 1 second to the scheduler, 1 second to 30 days. You can give the schedule 30 days, 1 second to the sync time between these members, all the members. If you update here, after how many days it has to update? 1 second or some days. Here also, you can define the scheduler. In fact, so the scheduler, what does it do? If example, you are updating here some one record, it will reflect here and here also. If I'm updating the same record here and here, which one to be taken? There is a conflict of transaction. It is possible because you can update the data everywhere here. You can update the data here, here, everywhere, right? So if this is the case, there will be conflict of transaction. When the conflict of transaction, who has to win? Always, if you have one hub, two members, hub should win. Always, hub is should be the owner of a transaction. If you have one hub, one member, anything can win it actually. So what exactly the winning piece we're going to talk about? So first, let's do the configuration. So I'm going to create one more database for other server. I'm just calling as test. Name can be anything. Fine. So I'll go to the servers. Open the firewall with my IP first. SMS is closed. So to replicate a table must have a primary key. It is mandatory. So why primary key is required? To avoid the duplicate transactions. Like if you don't have a primary key or a unique key imposed on the table, what happens? You can enter duplicate in the source and target also. Duplicates can happen. When you modify one record and the target, it can go and hit the same records whatever is matching for the condition. That can create a data discrepancy, in fact. Even in the on-prem transactional application also, to maintain the uniqueness of the transaction, we will add the primary key. So
Ravinder, one query. We
yeah,
have this firewall setting at the SQL Server level and also at the database level, both, right?
yes.
So, yeah, in case if we have to allow any IP, we have to do it only at the SQL Server level or and also DB level, both. How is it?
Uh, if you are exposing to external world, go with the you don't add here at all. This is only for our case. In the real world,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
access it through the integrated networks.
Okay, okay. And what is the use at the DB level? Like if you go to the
Uh,
DB, there also we have firewall setting, right?
right, right. That is only you are exposing SQL Server, but you are exposing only one database in that case that I discussed in the security. If you remember, you are there or not, I'm not sure. I discussed
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
point.
I was there, but I just got a doubt. Like,
Yeah, yeah. So whenever you don't want to expose the server, but you want to expose only database to the entire world, you add that,
okay,
the database, that firewall, that IP, not to the server. You are rather than keeping entire server at risk at one database level. So that way.
okay, okay. So they'll be able to connect to the DB, right? If I do it only in that particular database.
Yes, yes, we did that. So you can watch that
Okay,
video. It is covered detail.
okay, okay. Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to create some tables here just for the sake of understanding. For simplistic, I use the same tables. So as name, as number, integer. Come on. Oh, sorry. I should have added primary key. Primary key is mandatory. I'm creating one more table without primary key. So these are the tables we have. I'm going to enter some data into each, at least one record. Some random data. Right. So now we got data. Here it is empty database. And here I'm going to create one empty database for our discussion. I don't want testing replication. Okay. Right. So I'm going to create a new database. Lab. Okay. Now we know the target. This is a hub. These two are the members, kind of thing I'm going to do. So how do we configure this? In the portal only you can configure it, not from the on-prem. So go to the SQL database, and this is what I wanted to maintain a hub. You have to make one of the databases a hub. It's mandatory. So there is something called sync to other database here. Sync to other database. Click on this. Click on the new sync group. Sync group name, I'll call it as bidirectional replication. Okay. I wanted to sync from the existing database, of course. So the existing is a lab and the server 008 because I'm doing on the lab database, it is picking up. You have the more database on the server, anyway, it will list out all. Automatic sync, and I wanted to keep it intensely in minutes, intentionally. We will talk about this. I'll go 3 minutes. Conflict resolution. This is what I was talking about. Resolution hub in our case, because we have two members, one hub. So if you have one member, one hub, anyone can win. There is no issue. But when you have multiple members, hub should be the owner. I mean, in case of conflict, the hub data should get overwritten in the member automatically. Private link. We discussed private link. If you have a private link, use a private link for the better data transfer rate, and it does not go through the gateway. I did not configure private link already, so I'll not use that. So we are configuring the first hub, bidirectional replication name, and choosing the hub database, sync metadata from automatic sync, and then click it OK. So right, you created it, click on that. Now you click on this, you have only one database to add it. See, simple. You created a sync group by adding it. Now you see this sync group name and which has the server details. So this is our what we have used it. So it need a username password to you need to update it after configuring the hub. And this account must be same for all the cloud servers if you are including the on-prem server. So what exactly I mean? Here there is a gateway. There is a gateway we will install on the machine. This gateway will talk to both the servers cloud side, both the servers in fact. When it is talking to the servers, that's what clumsiness. So when it is talking to the cloud servers, it need one username password. One username password will go and talk to both the servers. So both of the servers should running with that account in the configuration. Then only it can hit both the servers. So here, that's what we're doing it. So hub, I'm updating with one username password. Same username password should update for the other server also. It should be SQL account or Windows account, doesn't matter, but account should be same. Now, another member of, I mean, this hub we discussed, and a hub adding as another member as a cloud member, US SQL Server. So cloud member, I'll make it as a member name as a cloud member. And what is that server? US server is here, database is test, sync is bidirectional. See, to the hub, it is simple, guys. I'm not going to discuss to the hub from the hub. To the hub, member can send the data. Member can send the data to hub, all members in fact. From the hub, hub can send the data to members. That is the difference. One direction. It is a one direction, not all directions. So hub to the hub means all members can send the data to the hub. From the hub means hub will send the data to all members. So one directional. So one directional, what kind of application you're configuring, this is where you define. It is simple anyway. What you choose, what it happens. So to the hub means the members will update data. What you have to update only in the members, not in the hub. From the hub means only you have to update in the hub, not in the member. So that's what. Bidirectional means everywhere. So again, this is a other member, right? So it also need cloud member. It also use the same username password, and that user at least have the DB owner privilege, cloud side. Now you added one cloud hub and cloud member. What we need is on-prem. For on-prem, it is not direct. You have to follow certain steps. So click on add on-prem. Here we don't have a gateway. We're going to add the gateway. Sync gateway installation required. Choose the sync gateway, click on this. So it will guide you through we don't have existing gateway, we need to create it. It is guiding through the certain steps. 1, 2, 3. So click on download. It will take us to a website where we can download the sync agent. So it is clearly said, download this. It is necessary to install the sync agent to agent line to allow the on-prem database to connect to your Azure. So it is downloaded. So I'm going to install. So before I install this, first thing, we want to see this first. It will build a service, in fact. It will build a Microsoft Sync agent. There is something that is called Microsoft Sync agent. Okay. This installation will do that. So when we install this, it will create automatically. So I'm going to install. Next, agree the terms. Next, this need an account. It is installing in the on-prem. It has to talk to the on-prem. This need an account which can talk to on-prem server, and then it can access the database where you're trying to load the database. So it need a Windows account because it is running a service. So that's why I'm using my account. This is my local account. So it runs with that account. So I need to use that account password. In the real time, this is a domain account. Okay. And that account should be part of the skill login, and that account should have a DB owner privilege. So this is going to take some time to install. So just a minute, guys. I'll need to call. Let this get installed. 1 minute.
This conference will now be recorded.
Right. We install this. When we install this, we do see a service in the background. Microsoft Sync agent. There is some service should be created. This one. So it is running with the Ravindra account because I added it when I'm installing it, right? So this service can talk to SQL Server on the on-prem because the account which I given is valid to talk to that. So now I'm going to open this sync agent. Once you install, it look like that. Microsoft, you see this one? Microsoft SQL data sync. So here you need to submit the key. What is the key? This is what the key. SQL agent name, you can give any name. It doesn't matter. Just a name it need. Give it and generate the key. Its name will embed in the key actually. It will not, you cannot change it. If you want, you can destroy, you can recreate and then submit the key again. But this will gray out. It will load a key. See here, it is created a key. Use this key and submit in the agent key. And then we need one account to talk to cloud side. So I have used Ravinder on both the servers. So I'm using that account and the account password, which is a skill account. You can test it if you want. It is went fine. It is talking to the cloud SQL server successfully. Click it OK. Once it get registered, other things will get enabled. See, these were what disabled before. This was successfully authenticated. That's why other options are enabled for us. Now I have to register on-prem. What is our on-prem server, Ravinder? PC. Database name I wanted to use lab. So if I go to here, there is a database created a lab, which is empty as of now. Doesn't have any tables in it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to save this. Okay, save it. It will get added to the agent. Okay. So once this is done, you're done with the on-prem, member configuration. Click it OK. And select, you have the, SQL replication agent. Now select the on-prem server. So I'm just giving the name as on-prem server. Okay. And you can see the on-prem server and database because it is registered in the agent. Okay. Fine. Direction is bidirectional. Click it OK. Click it OK. So now we formed one hub and two members. Now we will see the our data flow happens between on-prem to cloud, cloud to cloud, cloud to on-prem in all directions. So we'll verify a lot of use cases. Just follow thoroughly here. Right. It'll add a lot of tables actually. Internally, right now you don't see any table here. Here also you don't see any tables. We did not initialize the tables yet. We just added into the sync group. No tables. Here we have some tables. We created manually, of course. But there will be some tracking tables will get created. You don't have to worry about. See, a lot of tables created. But what our tables are? Only lab, student, teacher. The rest are system defined tables. You don't worry about it. They will be used for a tracking purpose, in fact. Okay. So just a minute, someone is ringing the bell. Just a minute, I'll be back. Oh, sorry. So now we have to add the tables to the configuration. Click on the tables, and from where I wanted to initialize the data. From hub, cloud member, on-prem member, from where? So we have the data in the hub. So I'm selecting hub, refresh the schema. What does it do? It connect to the database, it pick up all the tables and it display the table list here. We can initialize from anywhere. As of now, we have the data in the hub. That's the reason I'm picking the hub, in fact. Right? So lab is not eligible to add. The reason behind is tables without primary key are not supported. So the minimum criteria for adding an object into sync group is it must have a primary key to have the unique transaction status, in fact. So I'm selecting these two tables to add into the replica group. Save it. Only two tables we are adding it now. So it does the initialization. It does the data initialization. So if you go to here, uh, it takes some time anyway, but it does the initialization. See student teacher here, and if you go here, student and teacher, you'll see that, right? Fine. So now data got initialized, and if you look at this table also, student table. Let me read all. In fact, this is what our hub. If I'm trying to read, we have inserted two records into it already, right? Two records. Here there should be two records. It should have been synced up. Right. Now here, two more records. See, everywhere we have two records. So now I'm going to update everywhere and see that how it actually data flow happen. If I go and edit and the hub database, so third record, fourth record, two records I entered. Now in the hub, this is a hub, you'll have four records. But here, two records only. It takes time. What time it takes? 3 minutes. Because we kept a sync time here. How much time we kept? 3 minutes, in fact. 3 minutes we kept. So every 3 minutes it will sync the data. In fact, if you wanted to sync it manually, you can sync it. You can run the sync. You don't need to wait for 3 minutes. Generally, we don't sync manually. We don't. The scheduler will take care. But here, I don't want to waste time. So now you go and check here. Data got synced up. See. Now I'm going to update data in the cloud member. This is a member. Sorry, where did I open? Okay, it's open. So now I'm entering fifth record, sixth record. Now, this is actually the member. You have 6 records. This is your on-prem, 4 records. This is a hub database, 4 records. Again, it takes 3 minutes to get sync. So I'll run it. And the last one, I'll wait. Don't worry. So that you'll see that how it actually triggers and then sync the data. Sometimes a member can be skipped. It is possible. 6 in it. Okay, 6 here. See here, it did not update here. Sometimes scheduler can skip one member, but in the next schedule it will sync it. Usual expected thing, but in the next schedule instantly it does the sync. Anyway, it is running the sync still. So by now, not yet. Okay, I'll run it again. It definitely take the data. Don't worry about it. See, it got all the data. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to update in the on-prem as well. Two records. You'll have the data in the on-prem. You don't have in the cloud. You'll wait. We can confirm that is triggered or not. Why it is showing 0 tables? Actually, it should show 2 tables. Right, and it is updated now. So at what time it is synced? 7:37:44. We have to wait first up to 7:40. In fact, I guess. I'm not doing it. I'm waiting for the system to do it. It will trigger. You see, 7:37 is the last sync time.
Do we need to maintain these logs? I mean, will they take any space? Anything like that?
No need to. It's a event, right? Triggered the sync. It is mentioning a log there. That's it. You don't have to maintain it. It's a cloud control. It's like a distributor for you, I can say. In on-prem term, it is like a distributor. Oh, come on, it should trigger any moment. Did I keep 3 minutes only, or 3 hours? In fact, 3 minutes only. Okay, it's not 3 hours. Hmm. 7:37 to 7:40. Yes. Come on, it's not triggering yet. 7:37, 7:41. Should trigger by now. Ah, it's triggered. You see 7:41. Once it triggered further also for sure. See, it triggered for the lab on-prem and test cloud. So now go and check the data. You have 80 here, and then 8 records, 8 records like this. It does auto sync like this. The sync frequency depends on your requirement. It can be from 1 second to, you can configure up 1 second to even 30 days, in fact. So if someone want every month database, synced from on-prem to cloud, keep the 30 days. And you all keep updating the people in on-prem. Last 1 month data, it will capture only subsequent data. It's not all the data again. Only capture the subsequent data and load data into cloud side. So it depends on if they wanted only weekly update, go with the days and keep it 7 days. Sync will happen every 7 days. Okay. So if it is instant, maybe go with the seconds. 1 second, no need to go with at least 5 seconds. Give it 5 seconds. It syncs the data every 5 seconds. So now I wanted to show a few more cases. That's why I'm not changing it yet. So I'm going to go and change the data on the same record. So I'm keeping here ninth record. Okay, Chandrika and Hyderabad. I'm keeping in the first server. Okay, second server. So each server will have a different data with the same record. So then this is called conflict of transaction, in fact. Okay. Now you go and see here, ninth record. Now you go and read. Ninth record will be different. It's Ravinder here. It's Chandrika here. It's Karthik. So you see this one. Every server has a different data on the same ID. This is called a conflict of transaction, and this is where our hub, in case of conflict resolution, we give the hub should win. So this is a hub actually, Ravi 008. So Chandrika, this record is getting, it will get overwritten in all the members automatically. So this is something technology itself will take care, but you need to know that if there is a conflict, the hub data will get overwritten. Okay. Now if I go and read this one, you'll have a Chandrika everywhere. Why? This is called conflict of transaction. Hub data will be updated. Update is a final data. The members having same record data, but record but with a different data. So and hub is also having the same record and different data, but hub data is the final because it is a conflict of transaction. Hub will overwrite all the members. Are you guys following what I'm trying to say? Yes or no? If I have to discuss this, see, you entered some ninth record here, you entered ninth record here. Everywhere ninth record is there, and it is a new update. In fact, new insert. It can be update or insert, doesn't matter. So whatever the hub data, we gave the conflict resolution to hub. Hub should win in case of any conflict. So it is a conflict of transaction. In fact, it is a conflict of transaction because ID is same everywhere. So this will come and overwrite all the content of the ninth record everywhere on all the members. Right? You guys following what I'm trying to say? Say something. What happened to all? You guys following? Confused? Please tell me. I can discuss again if you guys don't understand. Is it clear or not?
Please explain one more time, sir.
Once, yeah, one more time, please.
Thanks. At least I am asking for that. Why you're keeping quiet, guys? It's something. It's not the If you don't understand, please open up. That's very important. See, what I'm trying to say. You have a transaction, and the transaction is record is of 10th. Now I'm taking one more record here. Okay, for the case of discussion. Here, I'm going with the example Avinash, which is a hub. In fact, here now this one, which is 10th record. Now I'm going with the here other member. Come on, 10th record. Sunesh, Hyderabad something. Now I'm going with the other member. So what is common here is ID is common. Data is different. Focus here. This it is updated already. Scheduler has already ran. Okay. If I have to make you understand, I have to do one more time. Here it is synced. Here it is synced. Here it is synced. Fine, let's do it again. Not an issue because 3 minutes over. The scheduler has triggered. It is updated the data. Now it is a fresh record. So 11th record. Okay. So in the 11th record, I'm keeping it Sunesh, Hyderabad. Follow this. Simple anyway, it's not tough. Come on. Here, 11th record, Mohan. Right. This is the other member. What is common here? What is common? The ID of the, you are keeping this ID for the record, right? So here I'm with Ranjit. Fine. So now if you go and read the data, it is 11th record, Mohan. 11th record, Ranjit. 11th record, Sunesh. Let's see, 11th is common across all the three servers. Okay, this is called conflict of transaction. Conflict means each member has a different data with the same ID. That's not the case, right? Sync means what? Everything should have the same copy. Here it is different. This is called a conflict of transaction. In fact, here with the 11 ID, it is a conflict in fact because everything has different data. So we gave the priority to hub. We gave the priority to hub to update the data in case of conflict. So update is final in case of conflict. So now, if it is it not yet run? Not yet run. So what is our hub in fact here? This is our hub, Ravi 0808 and the lab database. And 11th record, if you see, 11th record, if you see, it's a Sunesh, right? It will get updated everywhere as Sunesh. It takes some time, 3 minutes because we kept it. Let's wait for that to happen. I'll not do it. So let's see the sync. 747. Okay, it'll trigger any moment. So the Sunesh record will get replaced with the Mohan as well as with Ranjit because it is matching with ID. This is called conflict of transaction. Did you guys understood?
Yeah, got it.
Simple. That simple thing.
Yes.
Is it triggered? Yes, it is triggered. So this should have been updated now. The Sunesh, previous it was Mohan. It should be updated with Sunesh. See Sunesh, here also it is updated with the Sunesh. See? Because hub has the highest priority in case of conflict of transaction. Is it clear?
Yes, yes.
Right. Good. So if anyone not clear, please open up. Don't keep quiet, please. Fine. So now, what if the case like I wanted to add the next table also? So people do ask, they need to sync some tables, but they wanted more later on. It is usual. So I need to go to design. I need to add the primary key to add this new table. Then only I can add it. So now what should I do? I'll go to the cloud, tables. I'll go and hub and refresh the schema. See, this is also enabled now. So select the object what you wanted to add, save it. It'll get added. Takes 3 minutes to get this updated. I don't want to wait. Not yet initialized. It takes some time, but it does the job. It is initialized in on-prem. This is taking time because it is in the East US, this server. Right, it got synced with. Now, I said you can initialize data from anywhere. Okay, you can initialize data from the hub or from any member, in fact, for that matter. So how do I initialize from other members? Let me create some tables. Oh, sorry. Anyway, I must add the primary key. Right, so now I'm just going to load some data into it. Maybe 2 records. Fine, so now I want to initialize that table from the cloud member. You can initialize from anywhere, guys. That's what I was saying since the beginning. Where you have the data to sync, the metadata, first initialization data. So you select that and then it will pick up all the tables from the database and then you add whatever you want to add. So US server, so it is still going to take some time. Right, you see this? I'm adding this table from cloud member and then get added. It's processing. Right, so now the table should have been synced up with other databases. It's a good technology, in fact. See customer here in the on-prem also you'll see the customer. See, if you wanted to sync from on-prem also quickly, a small table. What can I create? Test number, and test. I'm just adding small table. Now I wanted to sync this table. So data installation can be done from anywhere, in fact. See this testing I'm picking up, save it. Now I'll just sync it. Now you will find that table here. Testing somewhere. Yeah, here it is. This is other member, right? Yeah. So what you need to understand in this, you can initialize the data from anywhere, doesn't matter. What if the case like one of the member went down and there are a lot of updates happen, and how does it get that data? Let's do that. I cannot stop the cloud server, but I can stop on-prem. The heck? Okay. Services.msc is already there, right? Yeah. I'm stopping the on-prem SQL server. Okay, stop. Now you see this went down, the on-prem server. Okay. I'll close all of this. Thang. Okay, it'll recover just a minute. Right. So now on-prem is down, see? Now I'm going to update some tables here in the hub, in the member, okay? These updates are not going to on-prem member, in fact, right? I have updated teacher. Now I'll update here customer table. These updates are missing in the on-prem. Once it comes online, whatever the data was a gap, it will syncs up all the data. That's the beauty of this technology, in fact. So now you read the data from the teacher as 5 records. You read the data from customer. 5 records here. And here also, I read the data from customer. Is it customer? What is this table? Teacher, customer. Yeah, I'll read it from here. You don't find the data here. It is not reflected yet here. It's 4. And here, teacher. What was the table? Here, teacher. Don't confuse here. 5 records. 5 records. See, it seems it's synced out. This has 4 only. 4 records and the hub database and customer. Here it is 5 record. This is not, there is no sync. Annual run sync. Run the sync, you'll see some failed syncs. The reason being is, see, it is clearly giving the error. Now you go and see this data. This got synced. Both members got synced. Whatever was there gap, it picked up. See, 5 everywhere. This data is not there in the on-prem, in fact, because it is down as of now. And if you wanted to see the error, you can see it from here. This is how it looks. You always read to in the notepad only, because it won't show the entire error here. You cannot see all. Copy to clipboard and paste it in notepad and look at it. What is saying? Network related or instance specific error occurred while establishing a connection to SQL server. The server was not found or not accessible. So this is a mostly because of the server unreachability. Okay, verify that instance name is correct. SQL server is configured to allow the connections whatsoever. It is not able to make a connection. So I'm going to start it now. Once it starts the syncing of the data, whatever pending it was. Now, if you go to lab, you'll see the customer table, or it's synced up instantly. Yeah, it's synced up. There was sync. So now that's how, see, though the member is down, it is just updated anyway. So whenever it comes online, whatever the data gap it sees, it will sync all the data. That's what is sync, a sync group. Keep the same data everywhere. Even it is not taking the current updates because it is not connecting as of now. It went down and a lot of data was updated and deleted. Everything will sync when it comes, into the connectivity into the sync group. So this is such a good technology, in fact, to use it. It can be used in many ways. You can use it for the migration also. You have a very big database and in the on-prem and you wanted to migrate to cloud, use a sync group towards it is a member to hub. Hub always should be cloud. So member to hub, and then use the member for the data installation. It will sync all the data. It will take quite a long time, depends on the data set. Once it is completely synced, how do you know that completely it got synced? There is no proof that it will tell you that it's completely in sync. So what you have to do, you go to every table and look at the count. Every table count you have to look at. Okay, count asterisk. There will be a looping function that we have to use it. Count asterisk from each table and verify on-prem count and cloud count. Record counts are matching. That's it. You could do the cutover. Break the sync group and then use everything from the cloud only. Okay. So this way things can work with this technology. If you don't want this, you can delete this. Then it won't sync anymore anywhere if you delete this from here. So once data sync is completely done, you can go on, do the deletion, and that can do the cloud migration, on-prem to cloud, without a downtime, in fact, right? It won't take downtime because it once it gets synced entirely, then only we are going to do the cutover. We'll verify everything is working fine and all that. Then only we will do the cutover. So, and you can also use this for weekly. Maybe someone wanted a weekly update on-prem database in the cloud, or they wanted monthly update. Anything is fine. That is possible to do, right? Which is possible to do. Okay. Any questions from anyone? Technology can be used in many ways because this has a like all the options which can be used in many different ways, in fact, right? This is
Yes,
all about
Sridhar.
this. Any questions from anyone? We've done almost all use cases. No doubts? Then I'm stopping it.